Welcome to another conversation with Micah B. This is a Black Gay Agenda original. This is an exclusive series where we have real conversations with real people shaping and shifting culture. This week I'm super excited because I got an amazing artist. So we just gonna get right into it. Billy the Goat is one of the names you need to know right now. A bold, unapologetic voice in the new wave of Black queer artists. He's been building real momentum from NYC to LA to London. He proudly calls himself the GOAT of gay rap, pairing fearless lyrics with undeniable stage presence. In 2024, his single Dick sparked a social media frenzy and a viral moment with Nicki Minaj to put him in front of 20,000 fans. Simply put, Billy isn't asking for space, he's taking it. And ready or not, he's up next. Billy the GOAT, welcome to another conversation. How you feeling?
Boy, thank you for that intro. I'm
You
great,
know,
man. How you doing? I'm happy to
I'm
be here with
good.
you. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. That was my first introduction to you was that song.
Oh, some when people say that, sometimes I love that. Then I'm like, oh.
So like when I first saw it, I was like, "Oh, this is cool." But then like I tapped into like your other music, and I was like, "Oh, this dude's like super solid for real, for real."
Thank
It's
you. I
not just yes,
appreciate that.
it's just not a viral song. So
It's for the people, for the culture, for the one time. I
yes,
always laugh and I say, you know what? It's the my neck and my back of the gay culture. You
I
know what
I
I'm saying?
agree.
That's how you gotta look at it. I was just saying the other day how tired I am performing that song though. But
So
I
I'm
love
I'm
it.
guessing that's the last song you perform at different events.
Yep. Yeah. Normally it's the one, yep. And at that
Okay.
point, I'm like, I just want your turn.
Yeah, they gonna finish. We gonna finish it for you.
They definitely do. So I appreciate
No
it.
problem. All right. So before we get into the music, I want to start off with you. Where are you from?
I am from the DMV. Okay.
Okay.
Now, for those who don't know, that's DC, that's Maryland, and that's Virginia. And I'm really from the D, the M, and the V. I was
Oh
born in
wow.
Washington, DC. I went to school in PG County, and I also went to school in Virginia as well. So up until I was in middle school, I lived in Virginia, Woodbridge, Virginia. And then I moved to Maryland. And so, thorough DMV through and through. So, yeah.
Where do you like the best?
Uh PG County, I'm not gonna lie. I love
Okay.
PG counties. There are some really special, unique, talented people that come from where I'm from. And a lot of them don't get out of where I'm from because it's so
Okay.
comfortable. And so, you know, I'm gonna say PG County, but I also have roots in Atlanta and New York City. I can't deny that. I went to college
Okay.
in Atlanta. I went to Clark Atlanta. Shout out to CAU, everybody down there, Spelman, Morehouse. And also I lived in New York for the past 10 years of my life, basically.
That's where you're
Before
at now.
COVID. Huh? No, before COVID. I'm still there, like I go back and forth, but
Okay.
now I'm more so between DC, LA, and New York. But
Okay.
I
On
lived
the
in New York
move.
for a very long period of time. So
On
I
the
love
move.
love New York. I always say DMV made me, New York City saved me, and Atlanta raised me.
I
So,
like that.
that's
I
why
like
that's
that.
what I like to say.
Okay, so speaking of your upbringing, what was growing up like for you? You know, your childhood. What did that look like?
Growing up for me was kind of yeah, like the average uh household in PG County. If you're
Hmm.
familiar with the PG County area, it's kind of, a very well-to-do middle class area. So, we grew up well with the pool in the back and, all of the
No, that's
things.
good.
Mom did well. Mom did well. Um, as far as being gay and black and young growing up,
Hmm.
um, that was for me hard until I got in the ninth grade. When I got in ninth
Okay.
grade, I was like, Mom, I'm gay. It is what it is. I'm here, and we had to roll with it
That's
like
still
that.
that's still fairly early for a lot of people though. For especially
Yeah.
black kids growing
When I
up.
when you look when I look back on it, I'm so fortunate to have the
Hmm.
relationship that I do with my family, because even though sometimes I think like, oh, it was so hard. A lot
Mhm.
of other people had it a lot worse. My mom was there for me. My dad, my biological dad wasn't around during that
Okay.
time, but we've reconciled since. And I also had two amazing stepfathers that stepped in and stepped up to help raise me. So I definitely was fortunate when it comes to that. I never take that for granted either.
So everybody was fairly supportive of you.
Yeah, they were fairly supportive of me
Okay.
being gay.
Okay.
However, at a point in time in my life, I used to go by this persona by the name of Billiam B. And when I created this persona, this personality, I wasn't the same person that you see right here today. I wasn't
Okay.
confident in the Billy that you just see right here. And so I was what you would consider what I used to say I was androgynous. That's what I used to say. I
Really?
was androgynous. Yeah, I used to wear, heels and makeup and like all the stuff,
Now you out here. Now you out here giving
weaves and
trade.
skirts. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I am so in touch with my feminine side. So
That's what's up.
when I was on that side of the spectrum and trying to figure out my identity, because
Mhm.
that's really what that was. It was because I wasn't confident like this. When I create this other persona, um, and I dressed up and I put the makeup on and I presented myself this way, I got a completely different type of ow and yes and bitch work, and so it was a completely different type
Right.
of attention. But I never wanted to be uh, a woman or a transgender or anything like that. I just was, I enjoyed the fashion aspect, and for me, it allowed me to, find my identity, and through that, I'm able to present who I am today, wholeheartedly because
Yeah.
I wasn't this version of myself for a very long time.
So I'm glad. So this is not like this is I'm steering off course a little bit from my notes because like I want to stay here real quick. Uh, we know in our community a lot of times, femininity is not like embraced by others. People kind of shy. You're not shy away from it. We have a we have an obsession with masculinity, right?
Yes, we do.
Um, did you see? And now I'm talking about with that, with men. Did you see like? Did you see them accept you, or did you see them interact with you differently, as Billy the Goat versus like who you are now versus
Mm.
who you were then when you were dressing up and putting on the makeup? Have you seen like a different? I'm trying to find the right word. Give me a second.
I understand
A
exactly
response.
what you
Yeah.
mean.
Have you found a
Hmm.
different gotten a different response from guys?
Absolutely. And I enjoy it. I ain't gonna even lie.
Hmm.
And just to break it down, as far how it is
Yeah.
in the gay community,
Mash for
nobody
mash.
wants to claim the feminine boy.
Yeah.
Okay, they will do you dirty in the bedroom, child, and they will. You understand? And this is back in 2008, 2000. This is a while ago.
Right.
This is like 2008 to 2012, 13 era.
Okay.
So this is, a while ago. And people wanted to, be with you in private, and nobody wanted to, accept you in public. And then
Mhm.
when you present feminine, there's also a certain kind of man that's pursuing you. Not all the
Mhm.
time, but there's a certain, you're almost kind of like typecasted in a sense.
Yeah.
But and then back in the day too, I wasn't comfortable in the whole masculinity part. So I definitely wasn't like doing all the topping and all the stuff. I was like, oh no, I was so inexperienced. I was just like, oh no, it was so much comes with age and experience and
Yeah.
trying things. But to tie it all back into the question, yeah, Billy the Goat gets a completely different type of attention than Billion B did. And this is actually something I have to discuss with my husband from time to time because, I'm like, hey, when I'm outside being Billy the Goat, I need to be Billy the Goat. You got to understand that when I was in my 20s, I wasn't the way that I am right now. So
Right.
the attention that I get, the type of men that hit on me, the all of that, it's a completely different caliber of what it was back then, And so I appreciate that because you know what? If I was getting the type of attention that I get now back in my 20s, I probably couldn't handle it. I'd probably been like, I don't know, somewhere crazy. You know what I'm saying? But
Right,
you
right.
know, with response, it comes with responsibility.
Responsibility.
You understand?
Heavy is the head that wears the crown.
Huh? Okay, man. Okay, when I tell you, but yeah, it's definitely a different type of attention, that and energy that I get now, and I appreciate it because I've been, like I said, on a super feminist side of the spectrum, and I am where I am
Mhm.
now. I'm still the same person. Like everything is the same. It's just I guess the presentation is different, but like
Mhm.
I'm the same person. So it's like it don't matter to me. It's all fine.
You can do both. You can do both.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So with that extra attention and you being an artist and you being on all the flyers and doing the prize and the events, um, is that ever a challenge for you, being that you are married and it's like I have all of this out here, like people are throwing themselves at me.
It can be a challenge sometimes.
Yeah.
It's been navigating this road. It's
Hmm.
definitely been challenging at times, but it's also been very rewarding. Um, it's so funny because when I first met my husband, I was like, "Yo, I'm telling you right now, I'm an artist. I don't have nothing to offer you. I'm the only thing that matters to me is this dream. Okay, like that's all I got to offer you." And so when somebody tells you that, they don't really know like what they're signing up for and
Hmm.
what that looks like. And so I've had to just be like, I've just had conversations with him along the way, like I did not know that this was going to like. If you would have told me 3 years ago that some of the things I'm doing now would be happening, I've been like, you like, yeah, right. But one thing I have always said to him is like, I don't know if me being married and having this dream is healthy for a marriage, right?
Hmm.
Because I don't know
Yeah.
what comes along with it. And I don't want you to have to suffer because of the things that I may get into, the people I meet, whatever what comes along with this industry stuff. I don't want to have to drag you along into that and tear your heart up in the process because I got to do what I
Yeah.
got to do. And I also don't want to have to think about somebody when you out here and you moving and you shaking. But we make it work. You know, communication is everything, and that's what I say. You know, it ain't stopping nothing. You know, more love I get, more love he get. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm
Good,
saying?
good. The music, you put it in the music. No, I love that. That's what's up. All right, so we're gonna shift a little bit. We're gonna shift a little bit. Um, so when did you so growing up, back real quick, going back to growing up, were you a performer? Like, how did you get into the space that you are with creativity and with performance? Is this something that started as a child? Did it start in church? Like,
Nah, it didn't start in church, but it definitely did
that's
start.
everybody say they say they started singing or doing this and that in church.
Nah, it didn't start in the church. I did, go to church with my grandma and stuff like that. I did come up in the church, as you would say, a little bit,
Hmm.
but I naturally have always been a performer. It's ever since I was a child. Only thing I could think about was being on stage. I want to be Michael Jackson. It's pictures of me as a little kid walking around with a scarf on my head and the white socks and the hard bottom shoes. And I used to participate in talent shows when I was, in grade school and on every type of extracurricular activity. So on the step team, then the modeling team when I got into high school. I also was in theater while I was in high school. And so that was, really fun. And so I was a part of this thing called Catwalk Classic and
Okay.
in Teens Count. And so in the DMV area, really quickly, the modeling scene used to be a really big thing. The urban modeling scene used to be a really big thing. And so we used to put on these elaborate fashion show competitions where it wasn't just a fashion show, but it was also it had to have a theme, it had to have a concept, you had to have certain elements, and then you would be scored, and it was a whole big thing amongst the high schools. So I did that all of my high school career, and I've always just loved music, and so I just started making music one day, and I'm like, yeah, this is what I want to do. I went to college. When I was in
Mm.
college, my mom got locked up. And I was like, okay, I'm not going to be in school anymore because I got to focus like on my real life. And so dropped out of college and moved to New York and just started living and started making music. And I'm like, this is how I'm going to do it. I've been doing this ever since I was 23 years old.
And how old are you now? Okay. Um, I had to at least temp check and see.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because you know
Yeah.
when I say how old I am, I feel like people expect me to act a certain way. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
Mhm.
no, like just no ability to go is a kid for life. You understand? Like
But
I'm grown.
that's a real thing, especially in our community. It's like we age ourselves out, and we like every couple of months or every pride or every whatever, every big event, we see those tweets on Twitter like, oh, how
Mm-hmm.
are you such and such and still in the
Mm-hmm.
club? How are you such and such and still going
Mm-hmm.
to this?
Mm-hmm.
So I get what
No,
you're
I'm
I get what you're saying.
35. I'm
Okay.
35. I'm 35. And so, I'm happy that I'm 35 because you know how many brothers didn't make it to 35.
Come
Okay,
on.
you understand what I'm saying? And also, hear when I say I'm 35 because when it comes to this music, understand y'all, I'm not playing. I don't have time to play. I'm not playing. I'm a grown man.
Grown man. Okay, so fast forward, you've been doing the music. Sometimes it's you hear these stories all the time where people are just like grinding for years, for years, for years, for years, for years, and then something happens, right? And you get that moment where something goes viral, and then you start getting all these crazy eyes, and then people see, how dope of an artist you are, how dope of a creative you are. Talk to me real quick. How did the song "Dick" come about? Like, tell us the story behind the dick.
I must rather show you. No, I'm playing. Okay,
Oh,
it's fine. Oh.
that's the
But no,
OnlyFans
so,
version of the podcast.
no, so um, I was yeah, one thing you'll learn, I'm sure, throughout this interview, I'm a silly guy, man. I'm a
Hmm.
Gemini. All I do is play all day. Like I'm a kid. I'm never growing up, and so I was in the studio. The way I make music, I get a bunch. I have a bunch of beats, and I just let the beat tell me what to say. Like, what is this? What is this saying to me? Like, so what is this saying? And I heard this beat one day. This guy sent it from Ukraine. I'm like, what is this?
Oh,
It
wow.
sounds crazy. And so then they came knocking in like, and I was like, what the heck? And I was just feeling silly. Like, this made me feel like, what if I just say I just want dick, and I'm just laughing with my engineer. Shout out to J Rob, that's my guy. And so I'm like, I'm gonna lay it down. Let me just try it. And so I'm just laughing like I just want that. And so it sounds so crazy. And I was like, this is a joke. And I was like, I just hit him with it, touch like where that dick at. And I just started saying anything that came to mind. I didn't write it down. I was just
Wow.
speaking
Off
off
the
the top of
dome?
my head.
So that song's off the top of your head.
Yeah, that's what all my music is. I don't write nothing down on the pen and pad. I just go into the booth and
Yo, that's
say, we'll
crazy.
say. So um that's just how it happened. And then after we got done with it, I'm like, this song is so ridiculous. And I'm like, I mean, why not drop it? And I went to South by Southwest. This is the
Hmm.
first time I went there. Well, and I was doing something with Carl Crawford, what's the 1017, not 617, Carl Crawford, what's the name of the
I know you.
1501
Yeah.
certified. So they had invited me out there to come perform. So I went out there and they had all this stuff going on outside. Any artist, if you ever been to South by Southwest, please go. Even if you're not booked on a gig, anything like that, go. It is a bunch of creatives out there just networking, doing everything you can think of.
I've
So
never been
anyway,
down there, but it's on my list.
oh, it's amazing. You got to go. It's over for this year, but you got to go for next year. They're already getting ready for next year. You got to go.
But
I'm trying to be a official performer down there next year. We're claiming that. So I see you down there. We're gonna be down there. But they had the little mic drop situation, and
hmm.
I was shitting bricks. I never been this nervous in my life. There's a bunch of niggas outside. It's everybody out there. And I'm like, oh, here go my gay ass talking about something. I just want dick. I'm like, oh my gosh. And they got the speaker right there, just blasted. Okay, now the song is not out. Nobody's heard this. I'm like, when I say I'm literally like going through it on the side, like I'm so nervous, like Jesus. And normally I don't give a fuck, but I was so nervous in this moment. And
Yeah.
so either way, I get down there, I do it. The guys are like, yo, this song is crazy, yo. This is crazy. I'm like, is that good or bad? I don't. It don't even matter what y'all think. I'm just give me the content. We're gonna post it. Either way, post the video. The neighborhood talk posted it. It went crazy, and
That's where that's exactly where I found you at. And I sent it to a bunch of my I sent it to like two of my friends. And I'm like, yo, this song is crazy, but I think this is a hit. Like, but
I'm
it's
like,
crazy as
I kind
hell.
of think it. I think it might be, but yeah, did that, and then I knew it was something going on when I got a call from TMZ.
Yeah.
And I'm like, a lady had messaged me on Instagram, and she's like, "Hey, my name is such and such from TNT." I'm like, she wanted to talk to me. I'm like, "Are you real?" And so we ended up swapping numbers, and she was, legit. She's from TNT, and she was calling. She's like, "Your song is like going crazy right now." Like she, asked me on this question, interview me X Y Z. And I was like, "Okay, we on to something." So that happened. That was just really cool. A super unexpected, moment. Didn't think it was going to do that. But yeah, I mean, who doesn't like a little dick? And for the record, you get what I'm saying? Like, because people be thinking I want dick all the time. Like, they be like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, ooh, I'm gonna give you some dick. I'm like, that is not the case, okay?
Oh, so people
Like,
they did
yeah,
that
I'm like, hold on,
manipulation.
wait. I'll tell you if we get to that level.
Gotcha.
We get there, buddy. But don't be,
Crazy.
coming up to me like that. That's so crazy. But I appreciate it. I was just actually just out in California at the Glad Awards, and I met a girl in the club, and she was like, "I know you're dick," and I was like, ah. So
So I was
it's
gonna ask you,
cool.
do people come up to you and say that? That's
Yeah.
funny.
That and it's cool, and I'm like, yeah, and it was one of the things where everybody they kind of like some people would be outlandish with it, like but then you have some people that's like, and I'm like, you
I
get
love
your
that.
crazy ass out of here, you freakazoid.
But how does it feel that like just that it just in that like the fact that you created art that really connects with a lot of people? Like how does that make you feel as an artist?
It makes me feel good, as far as sometimes you think you're like, what is going to connect with people? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You're trying to find that thing. You're making all these songs. You're doing this, doing that, and then you throw something out there like that,
Mm-hmm.
and you have that type of reaction. You like this dumbass song that y'all like, not even that y'all like, but this is what catches traction, or this is what you get. What I'm saying, I'm like, okay, it's cool. It's fun. It makes you be like, you know what? Don't think too much about it. Like, just
Yeah.
have fun, and you know what? Your people will find you if you stay true
Mm-hmm.
to you. You just do you. Don't think about it too much. Let your people find you, and don't be afraid. I tell artists all the time because I don't know why people come to me like I'm like I don't know, but they will come to me and ask me for advice like we're not on the same level and things, and I'm
Because
like,
they
but
see you be on these red carpets. They see you on the red carpets.
that ain't
So
nothing. But
so
I'm just
but
like they will
people
come,
see
and
that.
that's cool. But they will
Yeah.
come and ask things. But I'm just like, yo, you gotta throw the bait out there. Like we don't know what's gonna catch fire, but if you just sitting on that material, and that goes for anything, anybody.
For
If
sure.
you are just sitting, waiting, hoping, afraid to throw out anything out there, any ideas out there, and see which one of them going to catch fire, you ain't never gonna get nowhere. You gotta start. You gotta throw something out there, and everything ain't gonna be a hit. That's okay. We gotta understand that we are trying to find that thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a process, and the people that understand you, your people will understand that this is a process. They trying to find their thing, and I'm gonna help them find their thing. And until we get that thing, I'm rocking with them. You get what I'm saying? And that's like people that you need to be surrounded around.
Right, so we're gonna. I love that. I love that. Hey, if y'all are listening, if you're enjoying the conversation, go ahead and hit like, subscribe, comment. Let us know what you're thinking. All right, let us know what you're thinking. Okay, now we're gonna talk about the moment, another moment that was pretty big for you at the time, right? That Nicki co-signed when she tossed you the mic, all of those things. And those of you who are watching and listening, yes, I am talking about that Nicki. So talk to me. Talk to me about that. How was it that, what did you feel when Nicki Minaj tossed you this mic?
I look, so check it, Micah. Let me tell you just how crazy I am. Look, when Nikki went on, I don't care what anybody said. I'm a bar, whatever. Okay,
Still,
I'm gonna be in bar prison right now. Nikki, I'm upset with her. I don't I don't want to even get into it. I am upset, but
Okay.
I'm not going to deny the facts. I'm not going to deny.
Okay.
Wrong.
I appreciate the
Okay?
honesty.
And so, when she first was going on tour, I was like, I'm going to the Nicki concert. Who want to go with me? None of my friends want to go. Them broke ass hoes. So I'm like, look, I'm going to the concert by myself, front row. I'm gonna sit right in the center, and I'm gonna get that mic. Watch. Literally me. Bought the ticket, did all that. Went to the concert. I had 2 double Henny pineapples
Ooh, that
and
sounds good.
some weed, and I was smoking because you could smoke up in that junk. Man, next thing I know, all I know, I'm going to the concert, everything lit. She come down like a little angel from the sky, just like this, like, no. I was like, is this happening? And she really passed it to me and this one girl. Like we ain't know each other. But we was like in there, like, we gotta get. We was like, we'll get the mic, get the mic, get the mic, get the mic. So we get the mic. The girl, she the night is still young. The night is still young. I'm like, Nicki is still young. I don't know what possessed me to say that. It was the Henny.
It was the Henny.
I said, Nicki is still young. And so are we. And then the whole arena, everybody said, Nicki is still young. You look it up on TikTok. You just type in Nicki still young. It's like such a cool moment. And she even repeated it. She was, Nicki is still young. She said it. And she did a little dance to it and all that. I was so drunk. And we were so like, afterwards, when it was over, we didn't even know she was singing it. She was doing all that other shit. It wasn't until the next day I woke up and my phone blinging, 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 blinging. And I'm like, what the fuck going on? And I see that the neighborhood, shout out to the neighborhood talk. Right? The neighborhood talk posted that. And I was like, oh, how freaking cool. And so, I could never be too upset with Nicki because I understand that when I do meet her at a point in time, she's gonna love me because I'm gonna be like, hey, remember the time you was in DC? Remember that Nicki still young? I'm that boy. She's gonna be like, oh, nigga. It's the whole thing. So I can't, it's like, it's just a matter of time before I meet the queen. And, we're gonna have a good talking. You trust me. We're gonna have a good talking. But yeah, that's how that moment happened. It was super cool. So, shout out to Nicki.
Okay, that was good though. That was good.
That's how it happened. That's how it happened.
All right, so we want so real quick before we move on, okay? Before we move on, these viral moments. Now you've had multiple viral moments. We see a lot of people who have these moments, and then those moments have them. And what I mean by that is they just become like a caricature of that moment, or they start deviating from then they might start making all of their songs to be songs that like was dick. Did you find, was that a challenge for you after those viral moments and staying true to the music that you wanted to make, or was it like, well, this is what's hidden, so let me keep doing this?
That's a great question. There's definitely been times where in the making of my project, Who's Scoped, I questioned the songs and the selections that I was putting on there because I was like, this don't sound like dick, or this don't sound like clap, or and I think that you have to, for one, I'm just living and moments are happening. Yeah. I'm not trying to do nothing. You get what I'm saying? Anything that you've seen happening with Billy the Goat, it's organic. It's God ordained. It's just happening. I just be minding my business, writing my little songs, and trying to get my content out there and spread the good gospel of Billy the Goat, and stuff just be happening, just fall into my place. I just be in the right place at the right time, and favor. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm just I just say, don't worry about you. You're not going to ever live up to your. I know that my biggest moment ain't happened yet. So me trying to live up to something like dick or anything like that, it's a waste of time. That moment was that moment for that time. I'm not trying to compete with that moment. I want to make a new moment, And so I just say, continue to to live and do your thing, and the moments will be made.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And I look at it like I think even if certain stuff doesn't go, the numbers don't do the same. Sometimes it's not about the numbers. Some people's best
Mhm.
projects didn't really do crazy numbers, but it's still their best project. So
Yeah.
I think that's what
Hmm.
people really need to realize is it's not always about the numbers. It's about the impact and how it makes people feel.
Hmm. And one thing I say all the time, is especially in regards to like social media, is that
Hmm.
people may not like, they may not comment, they may not share, they may not say anything about it, but trust and believe, everybody sees everything, baby.
They're looking,
And
they're
so
watching. Yes.
everybody's watching. Believe it or not, everybody is watching. And so that's something that everybody need to keep in mind. And so, and then don't get caught up in the numbers. Like I said, your people are gonna find you, and in due time, you're gonna do all the numbers, all the numbers.
So speaking of watching, all right, when you're not performing, when you're not doing the music, what does Billy the Goat do to kind of like disconnect from all of this? Because it can be overwhelming. Like, are you a movie person? Are you into TV series? Like, what do you do for fun outside of being Billy the Goat?
Well, when I'm not being Billy the Goat, you know, I actually have a 9 to 5 where I work in a high school, early college.
Okay,
So I work with kids, and I won't go into my role too much, but I
yeah.
do work with kids from
And
between
girls
9.
don't like jobs in 2026.
Oh no, it's the PG County in me. My mama raised me like you got to have a job. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, and not that you got it, not it has to be a 9 to 5 or a government job or anything like that. But you got to do something. And for a while, when I first got married, I wasn't working. Thank you to
Mm-hmm.
my husband. Okay, he was saying, "Work on your music, do your music, and just do that." And I did do that. But then I also realized like I'm not that kind of man. I gotta go get it on my own. I gotta do it for my own. It doesn't feel good to do this. It does feel good to be able to do this and somebody
Mm-hmm.
be able to put it there. But I have to go and get it and do it for myself. And so you gotta have a job. Yeah, that's how I'm able to be Billy the Goat is this 9 to 5 is financing it. Because
Listen,
I'm
you
an
got to
independent
finance these
artist, baby.
projects.
Everything you see come from these 2 pockets right here. All
Yeah,
right. So
I
yeah,
got
when
you.
I'm not in the booth or on the stage or on the road, I'm in the schoolhouse. And so I'm doing that. I love you catch me on YouTube watching Mr. Ballin anytime. Anytime. If you are a fan of the strange, the dark, and the mysterious,
Mm-hmm.
you should subscribe to Mr. Ballin on
What
YouTube.
is it? It's a series or it's like what is it?
It's a podcast. It's this white guy, and he tells these stories. I love hearing about like weird, strange,
Mystery.
unimaginable things. Whether it's like I'm into like super gory stuff. I love murder and like this the whole thing about killing. I'm like, oh my gosh, people really kill people. This is
So you
crazy.
watch those
So
like documentaries and whatnot?
yeah, I'm a documentary guy all
Okay.
day long.
Okay.
Documentary and a little porn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's your Mount Rushmore of porn? See, we quick. We quick with it over here.
Oh, Mount Rushmore. See, I'm gonna be bad at this because I don't know no names, but I'm gonna
Okay.
just say this. I love Flash Wade.
Okay.
I love him, and I
Okay.
love I don't know this guy, but I seen him in person. I was at a hosting and he was there, and he was very attractive, and I heard that he was an adult entertainer. Um, what's his name?
What do he look like?
He's dark skinned with dreadlocks.
Not Fat Rabbit Killer.
No,
Okay. Crave?
I can't. Whoa, was it
It's Crave. He
that?
kind of he's muscles? Yes. God spent a little more time on him.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know anybody else that I would even put up there. I really don't know names. I just, just
You
get
know
me.
when you see it.
I get on and get off. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know.
Literally.
I'm not looking at their names. Who cares? Just do what you do for me, damn it.
All right, cool. So, hey, audience, if y'all want to drop y'all's Mount Rushmore, go ahead and do it in the comments. All right, do it in the comments. Let the people know.
No one's
Let the
ever
people know
asked me that.
who y'all people is. All right,
That's a good question. I'm gonna
you
be
know,
thinking about that after this interview. I'm gonna call you after, like, oh, I got my other
I got
people.
my top four.
I got my top 5.
So look, recently we've seen, and this is not something that's new. We see it all the time. Pride, every single Pride, you see a debate that pops up online about should we or should we not be booking our own people, whether that's for
Mm.
performances, whether that's for hosting gigs, and we just saw recently the whole controversy surrounding the the nephew, the son, and the what did they say? The model, Jules Smith. Jules Smith was
Jules.
is Solange Knowles' 21-year-old son. Um, and he has a interesting background already.
Mm.
But he was pretty much he was hired, got hired, booked for a gig to host at a club. It was, now let me get this straight, from all of everything that I've been seeing, it wasn't a gay club, but it was a gay promoted event.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Okay. So that's what that's what's been coming out, but a lot of people are trying to save face, so I don't know what exactly happened, but I heard that was part of it. That But that's neither here nor there. You knew that this was a gay event, whether it was a gay club or an event, you knew it was gay. You knew it was LGBTQ. And he agreed to do an interview with Gay Magazine. Then
You see now, you see no, you see what you're saying, and then you
okay.
see what. So it's like so. What does that even matter if you?
Correct. Because you did it, and Gay Magazine, so you knew. And then not only did you know, you sent a list of things that you didn't want them to ask. So you knew that there was gonna be a lot of gays here, and then you came to the venue and played in these people's faces. Um, why do you think we continue to bring in the Jewel Smiths, the NLE Choppers, the Kayas to our events and give them allyship just because they did a show with a LGBTQ person, or just because they are in a family with somebody who is an ally to LGBTQ? Why do we keep doing this?
Michael Jackson said it best. Why? Why? Oh, why? I don't.
Why?
This is such a hot topic, and this is actually something I'm extremely passionate about.
Mm-hmm.
As an artist that's fighting for space within our space.
That's wild.
I I think that it's a wheel that needs to be reinvented. I think just from me looking at prides and the history of things in my experience, it seems like it's been going this way for a while as
Mm-hmm.
far as booking cisgender talent or, tank or trying to get an elite child. Some of the men are kind of new in the past couple of years, but
Tank's an
um
ally, though. I got to give it to Tank. Tank be showing us love.
yeah, I'm not mad at Tank. I'm not mad at any of them.
No.
I just think that the promoters, the people who do these bookings, I think that they think for them that's the biggest way for them to probably get it's business at the end of the day. It's probably the
Correct.
biggest way for them to get some money out of it. They trying to make a profit at the end of the
Yeah.
day, right? They trying to make a profit. And so why not book the hottest love and hip hop star, or the what I'm saying, hottest person on social media doing whatever, however they
The
pick it.
hottest baddie.
The hottest baddie, you know what I'm saying? Carisha, JT, these girls, why not? They're hot. People like them. They'll come to our event if we book them. I understand that they need to make a profit.
Mm-hmm.
I've had conversations with promoters. Shout out to Reggie Rich. Shout out to Xavier Entertainment. Shout out to Rich Star out in pardon me, New York. And Brandon Anthony out in Cali. Had some great conversations with some of these guys, and what they told me in short, you
Okay.
want to know?
Yeah, we
The
want to
gay
know.
acts ain't selling.
Okay,
Woo!
so why do you think that? Because this really connects to another conversation that we've been having, and we'll intertwine it all, right?
Mhm,
Um, after there was a lot of conversation right after the Oscars about Ryan Coogler and about him, what is his politics on LGBTQ, and whether or not he should be making queer movies or at least including more queer people. And
mhm,
my philosophy on it is we have a lot of artists out here who are already doing the work.
mhm,
So many artists who are making amazing shorts, making amazing films, making amazing series, right?
mhm,
And we're not pouring into them, and we're always expecting somebody from the outside to either give us a stamp of approval or to do it. And it's like
mhm,
you have these people in the community who, and then it's like y'all don't even want to go ahead and you act like you can't share their film there, or
mhm,
you can't give 10 minutes of your time to watch a short on YouTube, or you can't give them $10 to their Seed and Spark or their Kickstarter so they can fund their next film. So
Talk
like
about it.
I think the same thing's happening in the music where
Mhm,
we have amazing artists and we keep saying things like, oh, I wish we had a black gay version of this person, or I wish we had this, I wish we had that. And we have so many talented black queer artists and we're just not supporting them. And it shows up in how we book people, it shows up where we spend our money, it shows up who we promote, whose
mhm.
music we share. Like, why do you think that is?
I think that it's hard to it's hard to get behind something when it's new. I don't know why
Mm,
it's so hard to get behind something when when it's in its grassroots.
mm-hmm,
And so it's like we'll wait till the person will get even after like Dick going viral, right? After that
mm-hmm,
happening, it's like, okay, that opens up the conversation with certain people, right? Certain parties now. I'm hosting certain things that I'm doing now. But it's like I had all these same contacts and relationships with you people before.
part
And I
two.
guess you gotta like prove yourself to a certain level of success, I guess, or of validity, or um just you,
Cosigns.
yeah, you got to get that cosign first. I don't know. I truly I wreck my brain about it all day, every day. But it's my biggest thing to your point earlier was that how do we as a community expect for our talents to really be broadcast and shown on a global stage when we just in New York or LA or DC won't even push the people that we have that have a little bit of the of buzz or that are doing the work because of because they haven't been on Zeus Network yet, because they haven't got a Betty Jane yet, or because so it's like it's so confusing if we will cry and complain about, oh, they don't book us for these spaces, but then we don't show up for each other.
Yeah,
So let's say if they were to put a whole bunch of the hottest gay guys on a flyer, are y'all gonna really show up?
that
Are y'all
part.
gonna show up? And it's kind of like I think the community has to get used to gay music. Let
Okay.
me let me take you there.
Okay.
I think the community has to get used to gay music. For so long, we have seen ourselves through the women of hip hop
Mm.
that it's hard to digest a man talking about the gay things that we actually do, because I'm
Right.
not saying my pussy,
Mm-hmm.
or if I am saying it, are you understanding it in the way that I'm saying it? Because girl, we speak the language. Okay. So it's like
Right.
it's a total mind fuck, it's like I think we have to get used to supporting our
That's
lifestyle
real.
music,
That's
right? Like,
real.
so I think that's a big part of it, is shifting the mind to accepting and hearing music from your kind. You don't have a pussy, titties, a BBL, some of y'all, but you know what I'm saying? And we don't have these
Hey,
things that
some
we
of the boys like
connected
to
with for
call it.
so
Some of
long.
the boys like to call it a pussy. We won't.
Yeah, I like to call it pussy, whatever. Fuck, I don't give a fuck. Shit, it don't matter what you call it. Just doing a job, hey, whatever. It don't matter. But I'm just saying that I think that we have to get used to supporting our own and really
Yeah.
listening to music that is from our perspective on the real. You get what I'm saying? And then even when you do have something, what I'm finding, some of my difficulty is I'm almost like too aggressive sometimes. It's like you're
Mm.
almost like too straight presenting. Like you're almost like too tradie. You understand? Your music too aggressive for the gay. I'm like, what the fuck? I
So,
can't fucking win over here, man.
so you're
So
saying
it's
like,
like that's why don't worry about it. I'm going to the straight spaces, but don't even worry about it. I'm going. It was never my goal to stay over here anyway, to be a gay rapper within the gay community. That was never in. Before I even started
okay,
making music, back in 2013, I had the first rap song I ever released was called Black in America, and it's a
okay,
very conscious song about being Black in America and police brutality. And
mm,
so I was performing that song in the underground circuit for a little bit back in 2013, 14, and getting motion with that. So I started out rapping in the straight scene. So then coming over and then making, gay music and then presenting the way that I was presenting when I first started, being my Billion B persona, a little bit more feminine, androgynous, whatever. I was like, oh, I was nervous or scared to go to straight spaces. Like, oh, they're not going to really understand it out. Now I'm like, oh, watch this. Watch how I turn this. Because taking what we have
mm,
into the straight arenas is
mm.
going to annihilate every time
I
when
love
a
that.
person like me. I don't know about what them other rap cats do, but with me, I can go toe to toe with the straight guys. And we talking sound, we talking image, all of it. So let's go. Like that's what I'm on right now. And so with Who's the Go and in the project and the direction that we're gonna show you.
Okay,
I'm gonna have to go get it, because as we said, we need that cosign. We need that. I'm gonna
yeah.
have to go get it. Since this is the community, don't want to give it to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to go get it, and I'm
I
gonna bring
rock
it
with
back
that.
to
I
you.
rock with that. That's. I'm excited about the project. We're gonna get into that here in a little bit. All right, we're gonna get into that here in a little bit. All right, before we move on from this section, real quick, to close it out. Now, I personally don't mind allies being in spaces and they can perform, they can host, but they need to have true allyship and a history of allyship. So
Mhm.
to that, what does being an ally look like to you?
Thank you for asking that. An ally to me is somebody that is not only with us when it's good. I'm
Mm-hmm.
talking about somebody that's going to go outside and march with us when
Mm-hmm.
they're paying us to be these villains and terrorists and is trying to strip our rights away. That's when I need you to show up. That's when I need you in the streets. That's when I need you to really show and prove that you support the LGBT community, because people are smart. People know gay people. Gay people got money. Gay people,
Okay.
they're gonna pay if they want it. Oh, they all in, and they're gonna tell their friends. It's gonna be a whole experience. Okay,
Yeah.
so why not capitalize off the gay community? Why not go get a check from a
Mm-hmm.
group that's thirsty for validation?
Ooh.
That don't get me. Okay, why not? Why not? To what? What does that do? My thing is this: gay people have never needed anybody to validate us or to tell anybody else to spread the word that we're the cool motherfuckers. No, we've always been this way. We've always been what they wanted to be, could never be always trying to emulate right now to this very second. The women and the men, everybody behind all of these successful, your favorite successful people are a fucking gay person. Okay?
That's
Okay? So my thing is, why are we in 2026 still trying to get that validation from
yeah.
the heterosexual community when we know we don't need it? If we just looked within to win, I mean, we would be golden. And so I just think that we need to really look around,
Mm-hmm.
each one teach one, you get what I'm saying? And we have to really like put each other in position to win. I said the other day, like being in this entertainment industry and being black and gay and queer, it's like being a black person in the outside world. Okay. It's like we have to look
Mm-hmm.
out for each other when it comes to the arts in our community, right? I'm like, how do we not plug each other when we get opportunities, and then expect for each other to win? How do
Because
what? It doesn't
it's
make sense.
because it's a crab in the barrel type situation where people feel like, oh, if Billy's eating, then that means I'm not going to eat. So that's where the gatekeeping comes in. It's like it's room for all of us to eat, and
It
also
literally is.
we are not in a place where we can eat where we should be gatekeeping because there's not many of us out here to begin with. So we should all be sharing opportunities. It was funny because everybody has the critique, but nobody has the answers and the solutions. So we had made
Mm-hmm,
that post on our page on the Black Gay Agenda page about the filmmakers, and I said
mm-hmm,
the call to action was tag the black queer creatives who people should be paying attention to when it comes to
mm-hmm,
television and film. And a lot of people had oh, this is a dumb question, oh, why are we talking about this? There's people out here we could be supporting, but maybe 10 less than 10% of them actually tag people for us to go
mm-hmm,
look at, for us to who
mm-hmm,
told us. And it's like people don't ever want to do the work with when it comes to putting shine on somebody else for whatever reason.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know what they say, people always want to see you doing good, but no one wants to see you doing better than them.
And that's it.
And I'm like, that is a
And
losing
that's it.
mentality to have. You got to understand that. I know my mentality for real is that it's bigger than me. You know what I'm saying? This
Hmm.
music, what it is I'm trying to do right now, it's bigger than me. It ain't about
Hmm.
Billy Goat. It's about us as a people, as gay black and as entertainers to be able to really dream the wildest dreams and really be able to hear music from our people and from our perspective. Our whole life, we have heard music from heterosexual people and try to emulate our lifestyles after the things that we're hearing. When that's not why we have to live like that. Why can't we
Right.
have our own genre, even or something? If you
Hmm.
know what I'm saying. If you don't want us competing against the regular guys of hip hop, whatever, create a sub genre of hip hop. Like I'm open to suggestions. Like I just want us all to be able to eat at the table. You get what I'm saying? Like that's it. I want everybody to have a shot and be able to do their thing.
Before we move on to what you got going on now and what's coming up, which I'm super excited about, one more question for you is we've seen the likes of lately there's been more of us in these spaces. We've seen the Duran Bernardes, who you actually played the love interest in his new music video. We see the um we see the Destin Conrads. We see different people across, across the not the spectrum, but we see different people out here across our spectrum, yes, occupying these spaces. K1, we see Kalani. Like,
Mm-hmm.
do you think that people, and when I say people, people outside of our community are starting to become more receptive to black queer artists and black queer artists who are singing to other black queer people and not just playing the game and doing what the industry wants them to do?
Yeah, yeah, I do, and shout out to all of them. I think that they definitely are opening up their eyes to. I mean,
Mhm.
it's hard to ignore,
Yes.
some of the talents, of our people. And so I'm just glad to see everybody, getting their flowers. And we got to cheer for people like that until it's your turn, because that's how doors get knocked down and other people get a chance, is by things happening like they're happening and unfolding now for everybody. So I just
Love
love
it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Okay, so tell us, what is Billy the Goat working on right now? What can the people expect from Billy the Goat?
that. Well, you know I'm working on, my very first, I don't even know how to get the words out, my very first EP is called Who's the Goat, coming out on
Mm-hmm.
May 22nd, which is my birthday. Shout out to all my Geminis. And this project is super, super, super special to me because it's the first complete project that I've ever, put out. So in all my
Mm.
history of making music, I don't have a full project. I've always put singles out,
Okay.
I'm gonna drop it. I'm good for a single,
Okay.
but I've been hesitant on. I thought this project would have came out 2 years ago. I thought this would have came out when Dick came out, and it was like it just wasn't the timing wasn't right. Dick was having its moment, and then we came Saturday Love, and it's like, let's just ride this wave right now and just let the music do what it do, which I'm glad, because it allowed me to really sit with the music and
Mm-hmm.
really create something very special for everybody, and something that I feel like I'll be able to live with forever. As an artist, sometimes you like have the songs you're like, oh, I'm over this. I
Mm-hmm.
cannot stop listening to my project. And I'm
That's a
not
good
just
thing.
saying that because it's my, like, I normally can't stop listening to all my songs, but this is like a press play.
Okay.
I am able to press play. Oh, nope. Last time I pressed play on the CD was when Tyler dropped. When did Tyler drop her first project?
Really?
That was
That
the last
was
time I just pressed play on like that album. Shout out to Tyler. Like that first album of hers,
2024, I think.
it just takes me on a journey. And I love when a project can do that for you. You can just
Yes.
press play and it takes you on all the emotions. You're gonna feel all the feels, all the vibes, everything that you want to feel and hear. And then also, um, I feel like people hear Billy the Goat and you think of Dick and you think of like this. I don't know what you think of, but what I do know is that when you hear this project, you're gonna be like, oh, okay. If you didn't know before who Billy the Goat was and what it was that I did, you weren't familiar with my rap style, you will be after May 22nd. And so I'm just super excited about that. I can't wait.
Are there any collaborations that you're working on? I'm sure you can't talk about it, but is there possibly any major collabs on this
I don't
project?
know. I just can't say just yet.
Okay.
We have had. What I'll say is I have features. Will they
Okay.
make the project? Will I save them for after?
Mm-hmm.
Will they? I don't know.
All right.
Um, so
One more. Are the features other Black queer artists?
they would only be Black queer artists
Okay.
if they're on my project.
I love that. You don't have to answer anymore.
That's all Billy the Go got to say about that. See you on
Okay.
May
Okay.
22nd.
Before we move on though, can you talk about this? How did this collaboration in this music video happen? That she popped up as a leading man in the music video. Did I make
So
you a video vixen?
I technically I
Technically.
think so, because you know what I will say, the girls got me feeling like the new age Melissa Ford right now. I
Okay.
do feel like the new age Melissa Ford. No, shout out to Duran, and what I'll say is that is one of the things, being in the right place at the right time.
Hmm.
I was in LA and I knew that he was having a music video shoot. So I went, me and my friends, we went. And then as I'm just in there, like minding my business, he comes up, he's like, you want to do me a favor? Can you be in the video? I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever you need. He's like right now. I'm like, oh, okay. So, okay, this is what we're doing. Okay, cool. So that's just kind of how that happened. I just was in the right
What?
place at the right time, and it was not planned. It was so random. I'm glad I had that outfit on because it looked slamming in the video,
It does. So that
and
wasn't a that was what you had on just
that was what
for
I
the
wore
day.
that night. Yeah, I just was outside. That was my outside outfit,
Okay.
and he just asked me while we were in the middle of partying, and I was like, okay, I don't know what happened with the previous love interest, but they was like, could you do this? And I'm like, sure, why
It
not?
didn't meet
Anything
the
else?
eye test.
Hmm?
It didn't. He didn't meet the eye test clearly.
I don't know what it was. I was just there
Okay.
to help a friend. I'm glad I was there.
Had you
You know,
guys had y'all knew each other prior to?
yeah.
Okay. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah, it was cool. It was pretty cool. And like I said, shout out to him. And one thing I'll say about Durant is that I've had a lot of people come into my life
Mm-hmm.
that will say, "Oh, I want to help you," or "I want to see you win," or "I want to
Mm-hmm.
blah blah blah," and they don't do nothing. They don't help. They don't do whatever. Any chance that guy gets to plug me or help me do something or give me an idea, he's like, "Oh, hey, I think you should do this," or "Hey, what about this?" Da, 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 da. He is a teacher, and I
Love it.
enjoy being a student around him. So shout out to him.
Shout out to Duran and shout out to his Grammy win this year. That was a
Right?
beautiful thing to see. And
Woo!
back to that representation, you know.
That's what I'm saying. Like, go black gay men. Like, come on, we can do it. After that, like, come on. I felt like I won something that
Hmm.
night. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I felt the last time I felt something like that outside of my girl winning her album of the year, but outside of that, it was when Doshi won Best New Artist because Doshi's someone
you know,
else
that's a
in the
good one too.
community.
But you know what I would say last time I felt something like that? When Barack Obama won president.
That was a long, long time ago. You ain't
That's
felt
how
that.
that's what I'm saying.
You ain't
That's the
felt that
last time I
since.
felt like that happy for like everybody. I'm like,
Right.
oh my, this is a huge freaking thing.
Especially when it's people who you've seen, and we're a little off
Yeah.
topic, but it's like when people who you've seen for years and years and years and years working their craft, like for the Oscars, I legit got so loud and happy when Michael B. Jordan won
Yes.
because I've been
Yes.
watching him since Hardball and
Mhm.
since he was Wallace on The Wire, and to watch him be like a decent actor to like now you're an Oscar winning actor, it's
Yep.
really beautiful to see people's process. But
Him and
they
like
don't get to those. They don't get to that without the support of their people.
absolutely. Even like Tiana Taylor, how she's having her
Yes.
moment right now. So beautiful, so exciting to see. And you know, one last thing I'll say.
Hmm.
When you I haven't known Duran that long, but the time that I have, I've been able to see some of the work, just a smidget of the work that goes into man.
Yeah.
Okay. It's like you don't even know the half. Like, I thought I
Yeah.
was working hard. Yeah, right. Okay. I'm like, I got time to sleep. You understand? Some people don't. So
Hmm.
it's like when you see people really putting in that grind and that work for real. I mean, that whole team, just like that, people deserve their flowers. They deserve their thing. So it's like, and
Hmm.
it's so motivating and such an inspiration, just to see and to be able to be around. So it's just like keep dreaming and keep going because it's literally it could be right there. You just
Yeah.
don't know. You just don't know when it's gonna happen, how it's gonna happen, who, where, what. You just gotta keep freaking going. And it's gonna something will happen.
So you don't know. You don't know. You don't know. But however, something that we do before I close out with all of my guests, I ask them something. All right. Um, 5 years from now, where do you see Billy the Goat?
5 years from now, I want to be getting ready for my I want to be getting ready for my for my first probably big world tour. from 5 years from now, I want to be on a world tour like Doja Cat right now. You understand? I
Okay.
want to be on a big old Renaissance ain't got nothing on this tour. You understand? That's what
Okay.
I love to do. I love to be on stage. I love to connect with the people.
Hmm.
Um, I love just the energy of the GOAT gang, my fans, my supporters, and so anything to be on the stage. And that's where I see myself in 5 years in a short on stage somewhere,
Period.
selling out, rocking out.
Period. I love that, and I see it. I see it. All right. Let the people know. Let the people know where they can find you, where they can, stay connected. So if they want to get the album when it drop, with the EP when it drops, they can. If they can see you outside when you're doing your performances, where do the people find out about Billy the Goat?
First of all, thank you.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
thank you for having me. This has been so fun. Um, I really appreciate you.
I
Thank you
appreciate
guys
you.
for having me. Billy the Goat. I'm everywhere, baby. If you can't find me, it's simply because you ain't looking. But it's Billy the Go everywhere. The official Billy Go on Instagram. Same thing on TikTok, YouTube, all the same thing. Billy the Goat. Yeah. Who's the Goat? May 22nd.
May twenty
My
second.
debut EP. I'm so excited. I can't wait. You gotta I gotta invite you to the listening party, to the listening session. We gotta get link up for that.
Definitely, definitely. I'm with it. I'm with it. I appreciate you stopping by. Shout out to Kenneth. Like Kenneth was behind the
Shout out
scenes.
to Kenneth,
Okay, made
the
this
hardest working
happen.
manager in a tank top, crop top.
Put in the
My
work
dog.
and like, yeah. Shout out to Kenneth for helping us. Shout out to my producer today, Lizzie, for coming in late in the
Hey,
midnight
Lizzie.
hour. And one of my producers just couldn't make it, so she came in and she was an all star. We worked through some technical difficulties, but that's
Yeah,
okay. We were
we made
here.
it
We gave
happen.
y'all a show. Make sure that you follow the Black Gay Agenda on all social media platforms. That's the Black Gay Agenda. Like I said, another conversation with Micah B will be the first and the third Wednesdays of every single month, the first and the third Wednesdays, and of course, every single Friday. You can listen to the Black Gay Agenda main pod with myself, Alex, AP, and Dupree. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, and we will see you next time. And I can go ahead and I can announce it. The next guest of another conversation with Micah B is going to be Todrick Hall, and we're going to be getting into all of the things, not just like, you know me. If you know me, you know I don't throw softballs. So it's going to be a good one. So make sure that you subscribe and stay locked in. And we will see you next time.
Thank you.